Israeli officials have confirmed a major objective during last month's fighting, targeting Iran's top leadership for removal. Defense Minister Israel Katz stated the goal was eliminating Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Iran reacted strongly, taking this admission to the UN Security Council. Senior Iranian politician Ali Larijani provided details, claiming Israel planned simultaneous strikes on June 12 and 13th against both military commanders and civilian government figures. The aims, Larijani asserts, was complete leadership decapitation to cause governmental collapse. He personally received Israeli threats demanding he flee Tehran within 12 hours or face death, similar to slain generals Bagheri and Rashid. Larijani defiantly rejected these warnings. Iranian sources describe a narrow escape. Key leaders reportedly relocated upon learning of the imminent danger, avoiding the planned strikes. While Israel succeeded in killing several high-ranking Iranian military officers, the survival of Khamenei and core civilian leaders prevented total chaos. Iran swiftly filled the resulting vacancy, reorganizing its command structure despite cyber disruption. This rapid recovery allowed Iran to launch retaliatory missile strikes against Israel. Analysts view this outcome, Iran surviving the initial blow and counterattacking, as a significant failure for Israel's strategy, which relied on a swift, decisive victory needing minimal U.S. support. The revelation aligns with assessments that Israel's primary objective was regime change through leadership elimination, not just damaging nuclear sites. The subsequent U.S. strike on facilities like Fordo and Isfahan are characterized by Larijani as superficial actions masking the operation's true, failed purpose. While nuclear sites damage occurred, emerging analysis suggests Iran's deeply buried facility likely remain largely intact and repairable. Activity spotted via satellites at Fordo indicates cleanup efforts, hinting at underlying survival. Crucially, Iran maintains its enriched uranium stockpile, reportedly moved before the attacks, preserving its nuclear program's foundation. Iran faces critical strategic choice after surviving the assault. Option 1 involved reopening negotiations with the U.S., potentially reviving a nuclear deal, JCPOA. Some Western observers believe factions in Tehran still favor this path, hoping to avoid further conflict despite recent hostilities. However, this risk being perceived as weakness by the U.S. and Israel, potentially inviting renewed attacks, especially as Israeli officials like Katz reiterate their intent to target Khamenei. Successful negotiations would likely demand major Iranian concessions, possibly abandoning enrichment entirely. Option 2 entails forging a formal military alliance with Russia and China. Russia previously offered Iran an integrated air defense system and a mutual defense pact, both rejected by Tehran. Accepting such aid now, including advanced fighter jets like Russian Su-35 or Chinese J-10CS, alongside technical assistance, could significantly bolster Iran's defense faster than independent efforts. However, this conflicts with Iran's revolutionary ethos of absolute independence and constitutional prohibitions against foreign bases. Past Russian use of Iranian airfields for Syria operations sparked significant domestic backlash. The third path is pursuing nuclear weapon capability. If enrichment sites and uranium stocks survive, Iran could potentially develop a bomb within a year. Opponents argue this offers ultimate deterrence and preserve independence. However, this would severely strain relations with Russia and China, who oppose proliferation, invite even fiercer Israeli-US attacks during the development phase, and contravene Iran's long-standing public stance against nuclear weapons. Recent contradictory statements from Iranian officials suggest an ongoing internal debate about this option. Current Iranian policy appears incoherent. They refuse negotiations with the U.S., bar IAEA inspectors, deny nuclear weapons ambition, yet simultaneously discuss deeper ties with Moscow and Beijing. This inconsistency creates vulnerability. Military analysts warn that Israel, needing time to replenish munitions, especially the large bunker busters used by the U.S., offers Iran only a temporary reprieve, likely weeks or months, before another attack becomes feasible. Israel's persistent focus on Iran as an existential threat suggests renewed hostilities are inevitable without a decisive Iranian strategic shift. On the Ukraine front, Russia maintained relentless pressure. Massive drone and missile bombardment, reportedly involving up to 500-plus Iranian-designed Shahed drones produced daily inside Russia, are overwhelming Ukrainian air defense nightly. Recent attacks targeted infrastructure, drone factories, and crucially, cement plants near the Dnipro River, potentially hindering Ukrainian fortification efforts. These strikes extend deep into western Ukraine, showcasing Russia's expanded reach and capacity. Russian ground forces are advancing on multiple axes. Key developments include capturing Krasnohorivka, south of Zaporizhzhia city, threatening it with artillery, making significant gains toward Urozhain and Robotyne in Zaporizhzhia, and pushing west from the recently taken Klishivka near Bakhmut. Most critically, a major offensive is unfolding around Pokrov and Korakov in Donetsk Oblast. Russian forces are attacking Pokrov from the south and east, with fighting reported in its southern outskirts, while also pressuring key villages like Novoaleksandrivka to the north and Yasnobrodivka to the west, aiming to encircle the city. This push targets Ukraine's last major fortified defensive line in the Donbas, Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, Kostiantynivka, Bakros. The situation for Ukraine is increasingly dire. Western officials privately fear catastrophic failure of Ukrainian line within 6 months without massive immediate military aid increase currently deemed unlikely. President Zelensky, previously dismissive of ceasefire, is now urgently seeking one, but without offering substantive concession Russia would accept. Russia, possessing significant reserve and growing equipment stockpile, shows no sign of operational exhaustion. The convergence of Russians' advance toward Zaporizhzhia and the potential collapse of the Donbas line threaten a broader Ukrainian collapse east of the Dnipro River. Concurrently, Russia has escalated its protection of vital oil exports, deploying naval corvettes like the Boykis to escort shadow fleet tankers through choke points like the English Channel, deterring Western interference with its critical energy revenue stream. Many of my listeners, like 70%, haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, and so many of you don't even know that you haven't subscribed, and that is actually what makes the show going. It's almost like you're making a charity donation to the show. So that's why I ask again and again, because it enables us to grow and grow and grow and grow. We're going for the long haul here. And listen, if this is your first time listening to Sokhain Rich, you don't have to subscribe. You guys, you're first ones on me. But if you have watched this show before, it's like you are a freeloader now. So all I would ask you is, if you haven't seen this show before and you like it, help me, help my team here. Hit the subscribe button and we will continue to build this show for you. That I swear, thank you to all of you guys that have subscribed. It means a lot to me. Subscribe now.